This is R.D. Sharma solution, class 11, chapter 26, Ellipse, exercises 26.1. The first question is, find the equation of the ellipse whose focus is 1, minus 2. Focus is given here. The directrix is 3x minus 2y plus 5 equals 0. And the eccentricity is also provided, which is half. Now, in a conic section, whichever it is, same thing happens for every conic section. That is, if you want to find out the locus or how the figure is going to be seen, we need to have a focus and a directrix. So the point this xy is a moving point. That is going to make the figure. It may be hyperbola, it may be parabola, it may be ellipse. Now this point distance from the focus and this point distance from the line, directrix, should be a ratio which is a constant. This eccentricity in case of parabola it was 1. In case of ellipse it's less than 1. So this distance, which is your SP, which is the distance of this point from the focus, and the distance of this point from the line, which is MP or PM, is E. So what we will do, we'll cross multiply it. SP equals E into MP, we'll square it. SP square equals E square MP square. So this is for each and every conic section, please remember. Now what is the distance here? We will use the distance formula. It will be x minus 1 whole square plus y minus 2 whole square under root, but because we have already squared it, there will be no under root. E square, E is given as half, so we will square it. Now the distance of a point from a line, perpendicular distance, is you put x and y as the point from where the perpendicular distance has been taken, and then you will take in the denominator the coefficient of x and y, square it, add it, take the under root. But we have done a square here. So the above one will get a square. The below one will remove the under root, the square root. So now this is the final scenario here. So this you need to open the left hand side and right hand side, and this will take a time. So let me explain you here. This is a plus b or a minus b whole square. Similarly on the right hand side also we will do the same thing. This half square is 1 by 4, multiply 4 on the left hand side. 3x minus 2y plus 5 has to be approached in 2 steps. Either you take 3x minus 2y plus 5, rather 3x minus 2y as one term and 5 as another term, square it. You can do this, a and b. Or you can take 3x minus 2y minus 5, and then you can square it. This is a minus b whole square. So in either way, you have to square it, and then you have 2y minus 5 or 3x minus 2y. You need to square it. So you'll get a proper term which is quite equivalent or seen equivalent to the left hand side term. So you have to do it multiple times, and then you have to take these similar terms, that is 52x square and 9x. I'm just giving one example. 52x square and 9x square. You take 9x square on the left hand side. 52 minus 9 is 43x square. This is how you have to take each and every similar term, take this subtraction or addition, final equation will come. This is question number 2. We have 4 parts here. So most of the time people would ask me, why are you not doing R.S. Agrawal? So let me tell you, this R.S. Agrawal is for the book, for the textbook, NCERT, CBSE or the textbook. Now the R.D. Sharma is containing the NCERT, CBSE as well as the examination point of view. It has the content. So if you do R.D. Sharma, I'm pretty sure that R.S. Agrawal, you do it or not do it, it will be okay. But R.D. Sharma is quite a comprehensive, well-questioned book. Means a lot of good questions are there. Coming back to the question, find the equation of the ellipse in the following cases. So one of these I am going to take and we'll do it properly. So what you will do is, the focus is given, the directrix is given, the eccentricity is given. So we will take the distance, this x and y distance from the S, x minus, let me just write the formal here. PS by PM, that is the distance of this point from the focus, distance of this point from the line, ratio is going to be E. Since E is given, it is half, it is less than 1, it is an ellipse. So PS is going to be E into PM, square both sides. PS square is going to be E square PM square. Now this, what is the PS distance? It's x minus 0 whole square plus y minus 1 whole square. And then it has to be in under root because we have taken square, there will be no under root. And E is also given half. So just square it. 1 by 2 whole square, that is 1 by 4 it will be. Then what is the PM? The distance of this xy from x plus y equals 0. So you'll write it as x plus y plus 0 just to make it as ax plus by plus c. Take the coefficient of x and y, square them, add them, take the under root. But since we have squared it, the above, that is the numerator, will be squared, denominator, root will go. So the final equation you are going to get like this. So this under root 2, root will go, so you have 2 only in the denominator. Then you have x plus y whole square in the numerator. So you get x plus y whole square by under root 2 will be 2. So you have 8, multiply this 8 on the left hand side, take the cross multiplication, open this, both sides, try to combine the equivalent terms, and this is the final equation. So there are 4 questions like this. Same thing you have to do, always take a point xy. Most of the people, they ask, why are you doing it with the question seen? So as I said that every question will take 5 or 8 minutes. If I do it manually, 5 to 8 minutes will go in every question, and that will not be, I will not be able to cover this book in 6 months or 8 months. It will take whole year. That is why I keep these questions in front, answers in front of you. Same thing here, third part, exactly same, exactly same. So same thing you have to do here. That is, you have to take the distance of P from S, distance of P from M. Actual activity will start from this point, because now you know SP equals EPM. But when you expand the equation, then you combine them. That is the actual work you are going to put. Now the third question here is, we have different parts here. So first part is find the eccentricity, coordinates of foci, length of the lattice rectum of these in the ellipse. So E foci and the length of the lattice rectum for horizontal ellipse, it will be 2b square by. So I'll do it step by step. So all the 3 parts you'll be able to do by yourself possibly. It's 4x square plus 9y square equals 1. So first we will write it in the form of x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1. Then we have to just divide this 4, means x square by 1 by 4, because it will be eventually equal to 4x square. So your x square divided by 1 by 4, and then similarly with this 9, and y square by 1 by 9 equals 1. So this is a square 1 by 4, b square is 1 by 9. Now a is 1 by 2, b is 1 by 3. Please remember, these are distances, so we are only going to take the positive sign, no negative signs here. So this is your ellipse. We are talking about the distance. This is the ellipse we have. This is 2a, this is 2b. So b is half, b is 1 by 3. Always take positive here. Now a and b, what kind of relationship we have? A is greater than b. 1 by 2 is larger than 1 by 3. So we have a horizontal ellipse here. If b is greater than a, it will not be like this. It will be a vertical ellipse. The larger distance would be on y-axis. So here, major axis is on the x-axis. What is the eccentricity? Whenever a is greater than b, we are going to use b square equals a square 1 minus e square. That is, e square will be equal to 1 minus b square by a square. And e will be equal to under root 1 minus b square by a square. So e square will be 1 minus b square by a square. write this. Okay, so now we have a square, we have b square. Just put b square in the numerator, a square in the denominator, and then you will get 1 by 9 by 1 by 4. That goes for 4 by 9. So 1 minus 4 by 9, that is 9 minus 1, 9, this is 9 minus 4 by 9, 5 by 9. So 9 will come outside because 3 square is 9. Under root 5 by 3 is your eccentricity. Now, we have to find out the focus, that is two focuses. So x square minus h, y square minus k is not there. That means the center is 0, 0. The center is 0, 0. So the focus is AE, 0. First focus. The second focus will be minus AE, 0. So this focus will be plus minus AE, 0. You don't have to write again, just do it plus minus. What is A here? Half. What E we found? It's root 5 by 3. So we have root 5 by 6. This is root 5 by 6 plus minus, 0, and that is going to be your foci. The length of the latest rectum is 2b square by A. In the case of horizontal ellipse, 2b square by A square you can write into A. You can write like this. B square by A square, you don't have to worry about A and B is already known. So just put it like this. I'm just giving you a different aspect that if B square A square is given and A is given, you can do it. If you have E and A, you can do it. If you have E and B, you can do it. All in this case, you can find out the different formula of length of latest rectum is there. But here we have B and A, both of them. So just put it here. 2 into 1 by 3 whole square, B square. A is 1 by 2, and you will get 4 by 9 as the length of latest rectum here. This is the second part, third part, and this second and third part has something in common. So this is not a horizontal ellipse. Second and third part is saying that A is less than B. A is not greater than B. So when A is less than B, that means it's a vertical axis, not an horizontal axis. Okay, but still we'll take A square and B square. That is, the equation won't change, but the eccentricity will change. Eccentricity was what? In the horizontal ellipse, it was 1 minus B square by A square. But in this case, the eccentricity is going to be under root 1 minus A square by B square. Please remember, 1 minus A square divided by B square. Not B square by A square, because this is a vertical ellipse, not an horizontal ellipse. But the equation will remain the same. It won't change. And the focus coordinate, previously it was plus minus AE, 0. It won't be like this. It will be 0, plus minus BE, because the ellipse will be of this form. So we are actually talking about a major axis which is on the y-axis. So we are not worried about the x-axis here as far as focus is concerned. So it will be 0, plus minus BE. Okay. So B and E you are going to write. And do you know B and you know E as well now. E we have found out. So BE, that is, you have to multiply half into 1 by root 5. So 1 by 2 root 5 it will be. It will be 1 by 2 root 5. So always see that in this also we have a B greater than A, not A greater than B. So you have to write 0, plus minus BE as the foci. E will be under root 1 minus A square by B square, not 1 minus B square by A square. And the latest of rectum was 2B square by A in case of horizontal ellipse, but in case of vertical ellipse, it has to be 2A square by B. Horizontal, it is 2B square by A. In vertical ellipse, it is 2A square by B. This you have to keep in your mind. In most, see, there are different books and they have different conventions. X square by A square plus Y square by B square, they have used for horizontal ellipse. This kind of ellipse. They have used this. And whenever they have a vertical ellipse, they have changed this x square by B square plus y square by a square equals 1. They have changed the place of a and b. So when this you do, you are not going to change the internal expressions like 0 comma plus minus b. You don't have to do it. It will be 0 comma plus minus ae will be, right? When you change the positions of a square and b square. But what conventions we are following is we haven't changed the equation. It's still x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1. That is why we will check the other thing. Okay? So we have this as 0 plus minus be. So latest factor 2a square by b we are using whenever we are dealing with the vertical axis. I hope you got the idea. This is very important. So here we have b greater than a again. So let us do it, because we have to understand the other concept also. So we have this as 25x square plus 16y square, and then we have equal to 1600. Divide both sides by 1600. What do you get? Then we have x square by 64 plus y square by 100 equals 1. So now this is x square by a square, y square by b square equals 1. A square becomes 64. A square 64. I have not changed it to b square by a square. I haven't compared 64 with b square as most of the book has done. Okay. So x square by b square, y square by b square, this is done in various books. I am not doing it. I'll keep it as x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1. So a square, I'm going to compare it with 64. B square, I'm going to compare it with 100 only. Okay. Even if it is horizontal or vertical, we are not going to change the actual general equation, but we'll change the different parameters. So now again, this is a square equals 64, b square equals 100. This ellipse is a vertical axis. So the concept also you have to remember. A is equal to 8, b equals 10. So you see here, b is 10 and a is 8, b is greater than a, b is greater than 8. So 10 is greater than 8. So the eccentricity here is the convention. If you used it, it will be 1 minus b square by a square only. But the convention we have not changed. So that is why we will just change the internal stuff. That is, we will change it as 1 minus a square by b square rather than 1 minus b square by a square. So under root 1 minus a square by b square, this will be 1 minus 64 by 100. That is going to give you 3 by 5. And the focus, again focus also we have to change. In this convention it would change. This will be plus minus simply ae, 0 comma plus minus ae, because a will be what is below y square, but we haven't changed. So we have to change 0 comma plus minus be, because now we are dealing with the vertical axis. So just plus 10 into 3 by 5, b into e, 0 plus minus 6, it is focus. What about length of the latest rectum? Is 2a square by b, length of the latest rectum. So we have this 0, 6, this is 0 minus 6, and the length of the latest rectum is 2a square by b, not 2b square by a. It will be 2a square by b. Okay. As I said previously, it was 2b square by a for the horizontal ellipse, but for vertical one, it's going to change. It will be 2a square by b. Okay. Just put it here. A square is 64, b is 10. It is 64 by 5, length of the latest rectum. Okay. The next question is question number 4. Find the equation of the ellipse, and in the bracket it is given as referred to its axis as the axis of x and y respectively, which passes through the point minus 3 and 1 and has eccentricity under root 2 by 5. So what is done here is that the equation, always remember, you have to take the equation as x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1. Now it is passing through minus 3, 1, that is minus 3, 1 will be satisfying this equation. In place of x I am putting minus 3, in place of y 1. So there is a relationship, but there is one more thing, eccentricity is given. It's under root 2 by 5. We know that b square equals a square 1 minus a square in case a is greater than b. Right. So b square by a square equals 1 minus e square. In place of e we are going to put, or in place of e square we are going to put 2 by 5. So b square and a square, there will be a relationship from here. So in place of b square we are going to put 3a square by 5. So we are putting it here. A square we are going to find it out, and b square, because b square already had a relationship, b 3a square by 5. So we have a square and b square, both of these, and just put it in the original equation we assumed, and this will be the final equation. You can either multiply both sides by 32 so that you get the equation which is given in your answers. So 3x square plus 5y square equals 32. So always remember, take the equation in all the questions which are coming, x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1. That is the equation we are going to assume. This is the question number 5. So we have 13 parts here, 13 parts. And till 5, it's R.D. Sharma. After 5, that is 6th till 13th, till 6th, from 6 till 13, all these are NCERT questions, NCERT questions. So we are going to discuss them. So first is, find the equation of the ellipse in the following cases. In all these questions, we have to find the equation of the ellipse. Equation of the ellipse. So what all is given? First part is eccentricity is given. E is 1 by 2. And the foci, that is the focus, is given as plus, minus 2 and 0. So plus, minus 2, focus we know that it is plus, minus AE. So we have to compare this AE with 2. E is already given half. So A you get, E also you know. Now we know the eccentricity is given by under root 1 minus b square by a square. We have learned it a lot in theory, explanation, etc. So put it here, you will get b, or b square. Rather, b square is more important. A square and b square you tend to find out. Just put it in this A is known. So A square will be 16. B square already we found out to be 12. Now, as I earlier requested, that always remember x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1. Put a square and b square, which we found out, and take the LCM of 12 and 16, multiply both sides. You are going to get the equation 3x square plus 4y square equals 48. So all these questions are like this only. The second part is eccentricity is 2 by 3 and length of the latest rectum is 5. Latest rectum is 2b square by a, it is 5. So you have a b and a relationship. Eccentricity is 2 by 3. E is under root 1 minus b square by a square. B square equals a square 1 minus e square, that we have already seen. Okay. So now put this here and you will have a from here. When you put b square equals 5a by 2. Now put it here, 2 by 3 is also e. For that you are going to get a is 9 by 2. Now b square and a square you can find out and put it in the equation we know in place of a square, b square. So normally you take a square and b square, right? Try to find out, whenever you find it a, do a square, whenever you find b square, b you can find b square, and this is the equation. Third is eccentricity is given as half and semi-major axis is 4. So major axis is to a, semi-major is half of this, that is a is 4 given, and eccentricity is half. A is 4, A is half. So let me tell you here only. Wherever it is required, I am going to solve it. Here I don't think it is required. Straightforward. E is under root 1 minus b square by a square. A is known, E is known, B can be found out. And just put it in the equation. A and B, just place it here. And as earlier question, the formal equation you have to write. And the fourth part is eccentricity is E is half and the major axis is 12. Now this 2a is the major axis, so you get a as 12 by 2, which is going to be 6. E is half, 1 by 2. So we have e under root 1 minus b square by a square. We just put a, just e also is given half, so you can find out b square. You can directly find out b square. A is 6, we make it as square, that is a square is 36. Put in this equation which we earlier took, x square by a square. Always take this one only, and this will be the equation. This is the fifth. The ellipse passes through 1, 4 and minus 6, 1. So this question requires some explanation, so I'm going to do it for you. What we have to do is just assume this equation. 1 and 4 and minus 6 and 1 it is passing, so you have to put 1 and 4 in place of x and y. For the first time. The second time you have to put x as minus 6, y as 1, and this is you're going to get two equations. You have to solve it. So this is the equation we normally take, and this is the equation for 1 and 4 are x and y. So you put x as 1, y as 4. This will be 1 square 1 by a square, ya square, that is 4 4 is 16, by b square equals 1. And then we have minus 6 and 1. So just let me put it directly. Minus 6 whole square is 36 by a squared. Then you have y, that is 1 square by b square equals 1. So these two equations, two values we have put in. Now we know how to solve this. First we have to assume 1 by a square as x, or 1 by a square as alpha, whichever you feel like, and 1 by b square as y or beta. So you get this equation as alpha plus 16 beta equals 1, and this will be 36 alpha plus beta equals 1. Now these are two simultaneous equations in alpha and beta, and I'm pretty sure that you're going to solve it. You'll be able to solve it. Let me write it here. So either you multiply the first equation by 36 and subtract these two equations, or you multiply the second equation by 16 and subtract this equation. Okay. So either way you can solve it, and let me tell you what alpha and beta is going to come. So this is alpha and beta you're going to get. Alpha is 3 by 115, beta is 7 by 115. So the alpha is 1 by a square. Remember, we have assumed it to be 1 by a square. So if 3 by 115 is alpha, it's actually equal to 1 by a square. And in this equation, x square by a square, because x square, you can write it as 1 by a square into x square. 1 by a square is already you have got. Just put 3 by 115 directly here, right? 1 by a square is your 3 by 115. Okay, so x square, 3 square by 115. Same you are going to do for the y square. 1 by beta square, 1 by b square is beta. So beta is 7 by 115, but this is 1 by b square. So you can directly put 1 by b square here. So that is going to be 7 by 115 equals 1. Now multiply both sides by 115, you'll get the required equation. 3x square plus 7y square equals 115. Now this question 6th from here till the 13th one, these are NCERT questions. NCERT questions. So let me put it again that most of the students, they ask me, then please do RS Agarwal. It's not required you do RD Sharma, it's fine. Vertices are plus minus 5, 0, and focus is plus minus 4, 0. Now whenever we have the x coordinate has something value, that is clear that this is a horizontal ellipse. This is a horizontal ellipse. X is plus, focus is also plus, that is the x coordinate, not plus, x coordinate is having something in both the cases. So this is sure that you are having or you are dealing with a horizontal ellipse. If the y coordinate, the x coordinate is 0 and y has something, that means you are dealing with the vertical
vertical ellipse that we are going to see just now. So this the focus is given, so this is 4 comma 0 and this is minus 4 0 and the vertex is also given. This is vertex 5 0 and this side it will be minus 5 0. So that is why it's minus plus minus simultaneously given. So the vertex is a comma 0 vertices and the focus is a into e. You know, for ellipse e is less than 1, that is why it is inside. So a is this 5 and ae is 4. So just put a as 5, e will be equal to 4 by 5, and b square is equals a square 1 minus e square. Now this is going to change as the vertical ellipse will come, it will change. So just put it here, a square and b square you find out and put it in this equation. Now this question and the next equation, this one and the other 10th one also has, we are dealing with not a horizontal ellipse, it's a vertical ellipse. That means I see that the x coordinate is 0 in vertices and focus, but the y coordinates has something. That is, we are dealing with a vertical axis where this is 0, 30, this is 0, minus 30, which are the vertices, and the focus is here. That is 0, 5 and 0, minus 5. 0, minus 5. I missed the minus. You can assume that. So this vertex is 0. Now the convention is we are not changing the equation. It will be x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1. It will remain the same. But here, this is, the vertices is not 0 or this a plus minus a comma 0. It's 0 comma plus minus b. 0 comma plus minus b. Okay? And the focus will be 0 comma plus minus be. Be vertical. This is a vertical ellipse. So we are going to compare b. We are actually not compare, b is actually 5. be is 5. And the b is 13. B is 13 and b is 5. So you can find out this e. Now whenever we put it here, now when we take this vertical ellipse, now it's a square equals b square 1 minus c square. B square equals a square 1 minus c square is not going to work here. So you have to put a square equals b square 1 minus e square. So x square by b square plus y square by b square equals 1. We are not taking it. Most of the books, they have this convention, x by b square plus y by a square equals 1, and they assume it to be plus minus a and plus minus ae in both the cases. But here we are not changing. The equation of us remains same, x square by a square, y square by b square 1. So now you have to change the parameters here. So a square b square equals 1 minus e square. Now whenever we put it, a square b square, you just put it the way it is, x square by a square, y. The major axis remain, the major axis has changed, but a remains same, right? So a square you have to put below x square only, and b square you have to put below y square only. This is the only thing, confusion which is conflicting. Otherwise everything is quite easy. Now this is same as the question number 6, because the vertices is given, focus is given. This is on the x-axis. This is on the x-axis. So we are talking about horizontal ellipse. Major axis will remain at the x-axis. So this is plus minus a0. This is a. This is a. So I'm just going to the next question. And here we have the major axis. See, the end of the major axis and end of the minor axis is given. So we have the endpoints of the ellipse where it intersect with the x and y coordinates, x and y axis. So major axis is plus minus 3. So major axis, it's clear that the major axis is because since x coordinate is given, y is 0. So these 2 points are given. This is minus 3 0. This is 3 comma 0. This point is 0 plus minus 2. So this is 0 2 and this is going to be 0 minus 2. That means from here to here it's 6 3 3. The length 2a is 6. So A is 3. From here to here, 2, 2. So 2, 2, that is 2 plus 2. I'm talking about this. B is a semi-minor axis. So B is 2 and 2B will be equal to 4. So A is 3 and B is going 2B equals 4. So B is going to be equal to 2 only. So A is 3 and B is 2. Now you'll use the same equation, x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1. In place of a square, you're going to put 9 because a is 3. In place of b square, you're going to put 4 because b is 2. X square by 9 plus y square by 4 equals 1. This is the equation. Now exactly similar kind of situation, but here the major axis and minor axis have just changed the axis. So the major axis, minor axis, let me make it that this is on the vertical axis, because the major axis, there is no x coordinate, there is a y coordinate. I have to see and you have to see where the content is in the x and y coordinate. So you have x is 0. So y is here. So put as 0 root 5. This is 0 minus root 5, and this is minus 1 0, and this is 1 0. So major axis 2a is root 5, that is 2 root 5. So a is root 5, and from this a root 5. And what about this x-axis? No, I cannot. Oh, there's a change. I cannot call it as a. Oh, I cannot call it as a because in my convention, or in the R.D. Sharma convention, a will always remain on the x-axis. B will always remain on the y-axis. So I am going to change what I just said. My 2b is going to be root 5. I hope you got the idea. A, horizontal, vertical, it doesn't matter. Always A will be on the x-axis. Always B will be on the y-axis. So now I am taking this 2a is going to be 1 1, that is 2. This is 1 and 1, so it's 2, a is 1. How about the y-axis? It's root 5, so 2 root 5, 2b is equal to 2 root 5. So b is going to be equal to root 5. So x square by a square, that is 1. Y square by b square, that is root 5 whole square, that is 5. So x square by 1 plus y square by 5 equals 1. This is the required equation of the ellipse. This is the next one. Length of the major axis is 26 and the foci is plus minus 50. The 2a is given as 26 and foci is, since it is on the x-axis, that means it's a horizontal ellipse we are talking about. So it's AE equals 5 and A from here 13, put it here, E will be equal to 5 by 13. And now A and E know. Now you can just put it in the equation. E equals under root 1 minus b square by a square. Remember, we are dealing with the horizontal ellipse. So now you can find out b. Actually, you have to find out b square. Now put it here. This is the required equation. Next one is the length of the minor axis is 16 and the foci is 0, plus minus 6. So remember that whenever we take the convention here, what we are following, always A will be on x-axis, Y on the B in the y-axis. So this 2B is 16 here, that is the 2B, 16 minor axis. Now this is a vertical axis. So this 2B equals 16. And then foci is 0 plus minus 6. So this is BE, this 6. This is plus minus 6. So actually we have to equate BE with 6. So what do you get? E as is 3 by 4. So E is under root 1 minus a square by b square. The formula has changed. See, the focus is on the y-axis. So it would be E square equals under root 1 minus a square by b square. This you have to keep in your mind because the solution is not very important. The solution I have already given you. The main thing is concept. Whenever you are dealing with a foci which is on the y-axis, you're going to change E. It will not be 1 minus b square by a square. Now you can always find a square and then put it in the equation. This is the 13th question. The This is also an NCERT one. This is the last part of fifth question, and the foci is plus minus 3 comma 0 and A is 4. That is AE we are talking about. A is 3 and then AE you can compare it with 3 and A is already given 4, so you'll get E as 3 by 4. A is 4, AE is 3, put A as 4, E will be equal to 3 by 4. And now put it here, and because the focus is on the x-axis, you will put under root 1 minus under root b square by a square as E. So now you can just find out b from here, because a is already known. Square them, put in the denominator of x square and y square. This is the final equation. Find the equation of the ellipse whose foci, two focuses are given, 4, 0 and minus 4, 0, and eccentricity is given as 1 by 3. So we have plus minus AE comma 0, this is given. So plus minus 4, AE is given as 4. And also eccentricity is given, that is 1 by 3. So just put it here, A into 1 by 3 is 4. A will become 4 into 3, 12. So A square will be 144. Now, use this formula, B square equals A square 1 minus E square. Now put it here, A square. In place of E, put 1 by 3. And you will get B square as 128. Now in the original equation, x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1. Just put a square as 144, b square as 128. This is question number 7. Find the equation of the ellipse in the standard form whose minor axis is equal to the distance between foci and whose latest rectum is 10. So this is the ellipse. Here is AE comma 0 minus AE comma 0. Here is AE and 0. The distance between them is 2AE, AE plus AE. And distance between foci is equal to the distance of minor axis, so BB. This will be 2AE equals 2B, so B will be equal to AE. Now second thing which is given is latest rectum. 2B square by A is given as 10. So from this you are going to get 2b square equals 10, that is 2 5 is 10, b square equals 5a. So this is one of the relationship, and b equals ae. So b square equals a square e square. So this a square, b square equals a square 1 minus b square by a square. So this is a square 1 minus a square minus b square by a square. You can write a square gets cancelled. B square you can take on one side, so 2b square will be equal to a square. Now b square already we know it's 5a, this is already 5a, just put it here, 2 into 5a equals a square. This a square equals 10a, a cancels, a equals 10. So a is 10 here. Now after this, since we have a as 10, b square equals 5 into 10, b square equals 50. So this a square will be 100. B square is 50, a square is 100. Put it here in the equation. You will get x square by 100 plus y square by 50 equals 1. Multiply both sides by 100. You will get x square plus 2y square equals 100. This is question number 8. Find the equation of the ellipse whose center is minus 2, 3 and whose semi-axis are 3 and 2. And the major axis is one time parallel to x-axis and the other time it is parallel to y-axis. So whenever we talk about ellipse, till now we always thought that the center is 0, 0. But here the center is not 0, 0. It's actually minus 2 and 3. So this is the center. So x minus, if it is 0, 0 is not the center, then we say hk you can take, x1, y1 you can take, whichever. But it will be x minus x1 whole square, y minus y1 whole square, by a square by b square equals 1. Now this x1, y1, or I am saying h and k is minus 2 and 3, just put in here, right? Now the semi-axis, that is the major axis and minor axis, will change depending upon it is parallel to x-axis or parallel to y-axis. So when it is parallel to x-axis, that means A will be 3 and B will be 2. A will be 3 and B will be 2. So just put this a square, 3 3 is a 9, 2 square 4. So just solve this. These are the two equations. Means just rearrange this, multiply both sides by 36, and then just open this x plus 2 whole square, y minus 3 whole square. So, and rearrange this. This is the required equation of the ellipse. Now the major axis is parallel to y-axis. First was the horizontal ellipse. Now this is the vertical ellipse. This is a vertical ellipse, right? So here we have, if you take this minus 2 and 3 will remain as the center. But the major axis is now changed. Major axis is this b becomes 3 and a becomes 2. That is, if I say x minus x1 by a square plus y1 minus y2, y minus y1 by b square. Now a will become b, b will become a. But in most of the books, there is another convention. If this is the convention, because the second part we are doing with the convention which are given in the other books. Till now what we have learned is we never change a square and b square positions. But here I am changing it purposefully to let you understand that how other books have shown it. So a will remain 3, b will remain 2. In this case, if we have x minus x1 by b square, y minus y1 by this a square, this will remain like this, right? Because now a is the major axis, b is the minor axis. I am just saying that whichever is the larger number should come below that. That is, if x axis number is higher, it should come below x square. If y is higher, it should come below y. Okay, you see previous part, first part, y minus 3 whole square 4 has come below. Here y minus 3 whole square by 9 has come. So I hope you got the idea, right? If we change a square b square, we have to change a and b also, but here we are just taking b square a square and doing it the way other books have given. Question number 9. Find the eccentricity of an ellipse whose latest rectum is half of its minor axis, half of its major axis. So we have to find out the eccentricity. So eccentricity, latest rectum is given by 2b square by a. If it is not given horizontal or vertical, you always take 2b square by a. So 2b square by a equals half of minor axis. What is half? Minor? Major is 2a, minor is 2b. So 2b square by a equals b here. And here in the second case, we are going to take same thing as half into 2a. Major axis is 2a, minor axis is 2b. First case, we are taking the minor axis, half of minor axis. So 2b square by a equals b. So what do you get? b cancels, you get 2b equals a. Now you have eccentricity is equal to under root 1 minus b square by a square. In place of a square, you can put 2b square, that is 4b square. So b square gets cancelled. 1 minus 1 by 4 is 3 by 4. So you have under root 3 by 2. In the second case, because half of its major axis, it's half into 2a. Major axis is 2a, so half into 2a, you're going to get a. So here you get 2b square equals a square, that is 2b equals a. So e equals under root 1 minus b square by a square. In place of a square, you just put 2b square. b square cancel, 1 minus half is half. So it will be 1 by root 2. Eccentricity. Now question number 10. So we have to find the center, the length of the axis, eccentricity, foci of these ellipses. Now these are 6 parts, and there are 2 varieties of questions. So one I will do properly, and wherever it is required, we'll do the other one also. So you see this is x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1. You have to make this as the original default equation. So center is not origin here. So let me just expand it. X square minus 2x you are going to take together. 2y square 12y you are going to take together. And the constant part, it's always advisable to take on the right hand side. Always to the right hand side. So we have this 2, see here. Constant term I have taken on the right hand side. Now what do you get? X square minus 2x. Now coefficient of x, that is 2, divided by 2, that is 1. Square 1 and subtract 1. Means add 1, subtract 1. So I am adding 1 on the left hand side, 1 on the right hand side. It's same thing. So you have this y square plus 6y. Why? Because we need the x square and y square coefficient as 1. So 6 divided by 2 is 3, 3 square, that is 9. 9, add 9 here, and I add subtract 9, add 9 here, and add 9 on the right hand side also. But the thing is that it is 2 into 9, so 18. So you have to add 18 on the right hand side also. Now divide, you have 18 plus 1, 19, 19 minus 10 is 9. So now you have 9. Divide both sides by 9. So what do you get? This 9. You have 1 on the right hand side, x minus 1 whole square by 9, and 2 you are taking below. So this is 1, and this 2 you have taken below, 9 you have already divided. So x minus 1 by 1 whole square by 9, y plus 3 whole square by 9 by 2 equals 1. So this x minus 1 whole square, that is x minus 1 will be when it is 0. At what point it will be 0? That is what is the center. So x minus 1 equals 0, so x1 is the center. y1 you want to find out, k you have to find out, so you just put y plus 3 equals 0, y equals minus 3, this is the center. So the center will be 1 and minus 3. What will be a square? A square is 9. So a will be under root 9, that is 3. What is b square? B square is 9 by 2. So b will be under root 9 by 2, that is 3 by under root 2. And you can multiply root 2 numerator and denominator, that also you can do. What is center? As I said, center will be 1 and minus 3, which we just found out earlier. H or k, x1, y1 are the different representation of the center. Now, what is the major axis? 2 into a, that is 2 into 3, that is 6. Minor axis is 2 into b, so 2 into 3 by root 2. So 6 by root 2 you get. Now as I said, you can multiply numerator denominator by root 2 root 2. So what do you get? Root 2 in the denominator will become 2, 2 cancels, 3 into root 2, 3 root 2. Eccentricity is under root 1 minus b square by a square. In place of b square, you know what you have to put, 3 square by under root 2 whole square, and then a square you put 3 square. So e will be 1 by root 2. Now the foci. What will be the focus? Which is higher here? The denominator. A square is higher or b square is higher? 9 is higher. 9 is greater than 9 by 2. So we are talking about a horizontal ellipse. We are talking about a horizontal ellipse. This is plus minus a 0. So this is plus a 0, and this is minus a 0, and this is plus a 0. So now it has been shifted. It's shifted to 1 comma minus 3. It has shifted. The center is not 0 0. So when it is shifted, since it is the x-axis, y will never change. Y will remain as minus 3, but x will change. So what you will do? You will add 1, that is AE. You will add AE to 1 time, and you subtract AE to 1 another time. So it will be 1 plus 3 by root 2 and 1 minus 3 by root 2. Right? If you shift, it will be added to some AE and it will be subtracted to some AE. That is what. So E and A was 3, E is 1 by root 2, 3 by root 2 AE. So 1 plus minus 3 by root 2. I am saying that x, if there is nothing, it will be 0 0. If it is 0, it will be simply 3 by root 2 AE. But since we have a content here, we have a center 1 and minus 3. Minus 3 doesn't matter because this is on the x-axis. So we have 1. So you have to add 1, right? And you have to subtract for the other one. So 1 plus minus 3 by root 2 you are going to write. And y will not change because this is a horizontal ellipse. So here you see this. I'm just seeing this 9 and 9 by 4. So 9 is greater than 9 by 4. So this question will be done exactly same way which we have done just now question. So we'll take x square term together, x term together, y term together, constant on the right hand side. We'll make the perfect square x, we'll make the perfect square y. Always remember, x and y should not have any coefficient. So 4 you divide by 2, that will be 2, square it, that is 4, add 4, subtract 4. Again 6 divided by 2, that is 3, square 3, that is 9, add 9 on the left hand side, add 9 on the right hand side, but it is not 9 because 4 is already there. So 36, we are going to add 36 on the right hand side. So this is x, you have the perfect square now, x minus 2 whole square, y plus 3 whole square, and now this is x minus 2 whole square by 9, you are taking in the denominator, you can divide both sides by 9. So you have x minus 2 whole square, y plus 3 whole square by a square, b square. A square is 9, b square is 9 by 4. Now you know a and b, you can find out x minus 2 equals 0, y plus 3 equals 0, you will get the center. Eccentricity is under root 1 minus b square by a square. So you just put b and a as we found out. Major axis is 2a, minor axis is 2b. and eccentricity will be root 3 by 2. Now same thing which we have done here, just take this x1, that which is the x part, which is 2, and add and subtract the AE from it. AE is what? A is 3 and E is what? Root 3 by 2. So 3 into root 3 by 2. So 2 plus minus root 3 by 2 is the x term. Y will not change. Y will remain like this because this is a horizontal axis. Now here is the case. Here the thing have differed, because now the a square is not, or a is not greater than b. So same first steps will be same. You have to take the x and y term together and make them the perfect square. All constant you have to take on the right hand side, and finally you divide everything which is the constant divided by everything, because you want 1 on the right hand side. Okay, so you have always take, in order to make a perfect square, take the coefficient of x, divide it by 2, whatever you get, square it, add it on the left hand side, add it on the right hand side, just to make them equal. So x minus 1 whole square, y plus 1 whole square, here you will get 4, divide both sides by 4. So x minus 1 whole square by 1, y plus 1 whole square by 4. So a square is 1 and b square is 4. So a is 1, b is 2. So b square is 4, b will become 2. So a is 1, b is 2. Now x minus 1 equals 0, x is 1. X is 1. Y plus 1 equals 0, y is equal to minus 1. So now the center is 1 and minus 1. Center is 1 and minus 1. Major axis is 2 into b. Minor axis is 2 into a. Right? Because now the thing have changed. A is, we are talking about the vertical axis. Means vertical ellipse. So here the major axis will not be 2a, it will be 2b. So x square by a square plus y square by b square, always take this thing, right? You don't need to change this. Okay, you know that the major axis we are talking about is 2b here, and minor axis is 2a, because a is less than b here. So this is the ellipse I am talking about. This is a vertical ellipse. So minor axis will be 2a, major axis will be 2b. So E is under root 1 minus a square by b square. A you know, b you know, square them and then put it here. So you will get E as root 3 by 2. Now, since we are on the foci and we are talking about, for focus will be where? Focus will be on the y-axis. It will be on the y-axis. So now y-axis will contain b, because this y-axis is having b. So x will not change. X will remain as 1. There will be no change in x. But y minus 1, and you have to plus minus with BE, right? B is 2 and eccentricity is root 3 by 2. Okay. So this is, we have taken 1 comma minus 1 plus minus this BE, 0 plus minus BE will be the focus. B is 2, as I said, root 3 by 2 into 2, you are going to get 3. So plus minus root 3. So this is other flavor. So same thing here, A is greater than B. So the first question I did, exactly same thing you are going to do. Here also A is greater than B, exactly as first part. That is the 10th question, first part we are going to do here. So 1 and 1 by 4, again A is greater than B here. So same thing you are going to do, make the perfect square and equate. Now this is question number 11. Find the equation of the ellipse whose foci are plus minus 3, 0 and which passes through 4, 1. So if you see here that we have the equation x square by a square plus y square by b square equal 1. When the foci is given plus minus 3, 0, that clearly means we are talking about a horizontal type of the ellipse. So you have this 3, 0 and minus 3, 0 on x-axis. So AE, this 3 is equals A. AE is 3. This thing is given. Then also this ellipse is passing through 4, 1. So you'll just put 4 in place of, means you are going to put it's passing through 4 and 1. So just put 4 in place of x, 1 as in place of y. So you have 16 by a square plus 1 square 1 by b square equals 1. Now you know b square equals a square 1 minus a square, right? So b square will be equal to a square. This multiply inside, a square minus 1 a square minus e square. So square this, a square e square will be what? 9. So b square equals a square minus 9. So a square will be b square plus 9. A square will be b square plus 9. So this is one of the equation. Now this is the equation. Now put this a square as b square plus 9 here. In place of a square below which is 16, below 16 a square is there. So put a square as b square plus 9. So you get 16 by b square plus 9 plus 1 by b square equal 1. So you are going to find b square. You know how to do this. This is a simple quadratic equation here, right? So you'll get a as b as plus minus 3 and a is going to be 3 root 2. Let me just give you some idea here. So when you solve this b square plus 9, you're going to get a quadratic equation in this you're going to get b to the power 4. So b to the power 4 you are going to take as b square as x. So b to the power 4 will be x square. Then only you will get the quadratic equation. Otherwise it will be quadrupled equation. So let me just give you an idea. This equation will become x square minus 8x minus 9. So I'll just show you how to do this. I've assumed that b square as x and b to the power 4 as x square. So x square minus 9x plus x minus 9. This will be x minus 9 plus 1 x minus 9. So x plus 1 and x minus 9 are the factors. So you just put it 0. X plus 1 equals 0 and x minus 9 equals 0. So x will be equal to minus 1 and x will be equal to 9. But x, as I said, it will be b square. We assumed it to be b square. So equate it with the b square. B square cannot be equal to minus 1, right? B is a proper term here. And b square is 9, so b will be equal to this at plus minus under root 3. And this is possible because it goes up and down, right? So we have b, now put it in the a square equals b square plus 9 equation. And this is how you're going to get the equation. The next question is, find the equation of an ellipse whose eccentricity is 2 by 3. So the eccentricity is given here. The latest rectum is 5. Latest rectum is 5. And the center is at the origin. Center is at the origin. So what we have to do here is, first assume that x square by a square plus y square by b square equals 1 is our equation. E 2 by 3, latest rectum is 5. That is 2b square by a, which is latest rectum is 5. What do you get from here? 2b square will be 5a. Then this b square, we know this is equal to a square 1 minus e square. So just put it here. So what do you get? 2a square 1 minus e square equals 5a. I am putting b square as a square 1 minus e square. E just replaced by 2 by 3. So you have 1 minus 4 by 3. So what do you get? A equals 9 by 2. So now put it here. From here you will get b. So a square and b square. A square is 9 and is 81. 81 by 4. B square is 45 by 4. And just divide it. Means put it at a square b square. This is the equation of the ellipse. Question number 13. Find the equation of an ellipse with its foci on y-axis. Eccentricity 3 by 4. Center at the origin. And passing through 6, 4. Passing through 6, 4. So assume this equation which we know. And then we have eccentricity is 3 by 4 given here. So a square equals b square 1 minus e square we are going to use. So now why we have used? The question is saying that the foci is on y-axis. The question is clearly saying the focus is on the y-axis. That is why we are not using b square equals a square 1 minus e square. We are using a square equals b square 1 minus e square. Right? So put e as 3 by 4. So you get a square and b square relationship. Now a square b square, in place of b square you can write 16a square by 7 in place of b square. So what do you get? This x square by a square, and in place of b square I am putting 16a square by 7. So now you have a square and x and y. This b we have replaced by a. Now it is passing through 6 and 4. So in place of x put 6, in place of y you put 4. So from here you are going to get a square actually. And b square already have a relationship with a square. So you will get a square and b square. And just put in this equation which we assume. This is the required equation of the ellipse. Now question number 14. Find the equation of an ellipse whose axes lie along coordinate axis and which passes through 4, 3 and minus 1, 4. So if you remember question number 5, part 5th. Question number 5, part number 5th, we have already done this question. But still I am going to give you an idea. So we'll take this equation, original equation. Now it is passing through the 2, 4 and 3. So 4 square, 3 square you are going to put here. 4 square is 16, 3 square is 9. So this is one of the equation. The second equation, x you put minus 1, y you put 4. So you get 1 and 4, so that is 4, 4, 16. Now you just take 1 by a square as alpha or x. You can take 1 by b square as beta or y. So you get these two simultaneous equation, that is linear equation with two variables, and you can solve it. This in class 10th we have already done this. So alpha and beta you can find out. When you find out alpha and beta, remember that alpha was 1 by a square and beta was 1 by b square. So this 1 by a square and 1 by b square, since x square by a square is x square into 1 by a square, so x square into 7 by 247. Similarly, y square by b square is y square into 1 by b square. 1 by b square you can put 15 by 247. So this question we have already done, question number 5, and part 5th you can just revisit it. Question number 15. Find the equation of an ellipse whose axes lie along the coordinate axis, which passes through the point minus 3 and 1, and the eccentricity is equal to under root 2 by 5. So let me take you to the question number 4, 26.1 exercise. Same question we have done, exactly same question. I don't know, I really can't decipher it, why these two questions are exactly same given in the exercise. But still, who haven't seen that particular discussion, this is question number 15, question number 4 are exactly same. So let me give you just a hint what we are doing here. Assume this equation, we have been assuming this equation, you have to assume like this. In place of x you are going to put minus 3, in place of y you are going to put 1. So this is 3 square is 9, 1 square is 1. E is under root 2 by 5. So b square equals a square 1 minus e square. E square is under root 2 by 5. B square and a square you have a relationship now. Now just put in here in the original equation which you assume. Now from here b square and a square has a relationship. When you find out a square you can find out the b square also. So a square b square is there. Now put in the just original equation you assume. So this is the final equation. Question number 16. Find the equation of an ellipse. The distance between the foci is 8 units and the distance between the directrix is 18 units. So let me make it first. So let me make an ellipse here. The foci is 8 units. Distance between. So F1, F2, these are two focus. And this is AE, 0. This is minus AE, 0. So AE, 2AE is the distance between them. So the distance between the focuses is 2AE. This is given as 8. 2AE is 8. Now distance between the directrix is 18. And what do you mean by directrix? We know the directrix from the origin, how much distance is this? A by E. So A by E, this is one of this distance. From here to here, it's A by E. Now let us make one more directrix. Two directrix are there, same distance A by B on the negative side, negative x-axis. So A by E, you can add this to A by E. So 2A by E is given as 18. So now when you have these two equations, A and E are known, you can just solve it, right? Either you put A as I'll just show it here. 2A is 8, 2A by E is 18. You can write E as 4 by A and just put in here in the second equation. Any equation you can put in, right? And now you also have B square equals A square 1 minus E square. A and E are known, so B square can be found out. So this 1 minus 4 by 9, so B square, A square can be found out. And finally equation which you might have assumed x square by A square plus y square by B square equal 1, put in here. This is the final required equation of the ellipse. This is question number 17. Find the equation of an ellipse whose vertices are 0, plus minus 10 and eccentricity is 4 by 5. So it's a straightforward question. There is an ellipse and since it is given the x is 0 and y is plus minus 10, that means we are talking about a vertical ellipse. So 0 minus 10 and 0 plus 10 is there. So this is B. Actually the distance will be 2B. So B is what? B is simply the semi-major axis in this case is 10, or you can take the major axis as 20 and then 2B is 20, B you are going to get 10. So this is a vertical ellipse. We are going to use a square equals b square 1 minus c square. We are not going to use b square equals a square 1 minus c square. B is known, E is known. E is given as 4 by 5. So A can be found out. So A is known, B is known. Just put in x square by a square plus y square by b square equal 1. Multiply both sides by 3600 if you want. Then this equation will come. This is question number 18. A rod of length 12 meter moves with its end always touching the coordinate axis. Determine the equation of the locus of a point P on the rod, which is 3 centimeter from the end in contact with x-axis. So let me just explain it to you how the figure is being formed. So here is a rod on the coordinate axis. Here is a rod. So this rod is making an angle theta and we are marking it as AB. Here is a point on AB. And this point P, this PA or AP is 3. And total distance A and B is given as 12 meter. So it is sarakti hai. So it's moving like this. The both end will always be on the axis. So it's just coming down and both ends will be always on the x-axis. So this is how the point P is going to move. So we have to find out the locus of this P point which is moving. So A and B is total is 12. And it is also given that AP is 3. So if total is 12, AP is 3, so this will be 9. 12 minus 3 is 9. So this perpendicular we are dropping, these two perpendicular, these two perpendicular. So we have PQ and PR. And we are pointing P as X and Y. So this X is PQ and Y is PR. So in this triangle, PBQ, the cos theta will be based upon hypotenuse. What is base? PQ. PQ is what? X. So cos theta will be base, that is PQ by hypotenuse, which is 9. So PQ by 9, right? So cos theta is PQ by 9. Now coming to the smaller triangle, which we call as PRA, sin theta will be what? Perpendicular upon hypotenuse. PR by PA. PR by PA. So this is sin theta is PR by 3. So this PQ, as I said, it will be X and PR will be Y. Right? So in place of PQ, you are going to put X. So X 9 cos. No, you don't have to do this. You can just write X by 9 equals cos theta. And sin theta will be PR is Y by 3. Now you know the trigonometric relationship. Sin square theta plus cos square theta equals 1. So in place of sin square theta, I put y by 3 whole square. In place of cos square theta, you can put this x square by 9. So this y square by y by 3 whole square and x by 9 whole square. It will be x square by 9 is 81. X square by 9 is 81. And then you have y square by 3 is a 9. X square by 81 plus y square by 9 equals 1. And this is the locus. This is the final locus. Right? This is the answer. In your book, it is given the answer is 5y square plus 9y square equals 81. So we don't have to form in that way. You can just, if you want, you can multiply both sides by 81 also. So x square by 81 plus y square by 9 equals 1. As I said, multiply by 81, you are going to get x square plus 9y square equals 81. Right? 81 I have multiplied, x square plus 9 is 81. So you have 9y square. 9y square equals 81. In the question, it is given in your book 5y square plus 9y square equals 81, which is, I guess it's not correct. So you can just correct it. X square plus 9y square equals 81 is our final solution, right? So these are one more question which are given in some of the editions. In the edition which we are following, it's not here. So even if it is there, you can just have a look. So this is all about this exercise. Thank you so much and take care of yourself.